Guys, it's time for my top fives, and I have two categories, crawler and basher. These are vehicles that I have personally owned. I've actually built these vehicles myself, so let's get started with the crawlers. Let's go. We're starting off with the brand new CJ7 by Axial. Now, this is more of a performance-orientated review, so I'm looking at performance. This right here, once I got it lowered down, I'm moving the shocks from the top where they normally are to where the link mounts are, it really did boost the performance, and that's why it's here. Plus, it's brand new for 2023. Now, stock tires, I haven't changed them. I have no need to change the tires. The scale aspect of this thing is amazing. Doors open, you got your foot pedals, you got your shifters, the steering wheel, everything is in it molded. The center console opens up. Absolutely gorgeous vehicle, and it performs. Up next is the Redcat Ascent. Dollar for dollar, you cannot beat the Ascent. $300. This thing has almost unlimited potential. And I say almost because the limit is you. $300, this thing is by far, like if this was a more budget oriented type review, this would win. Hands down. The Ascent from Redcat is absolutely awesome, and it performs extremely well. Great deal from Redcat. Up next is the Axial BaseCamp. This is the straight axle kit version. So the kit version of this kind of replaces the old 10.2. So this is the new 10.2 kit build, right? So yeah, everything is updated. The reason this is in the number 3 spot is because the performance potential of this in its current form is higher than the CJ7, even with the full size body because of top weight and all that. You can build it to no end. And it doesn't matter whether you got the portal or the straight axle version like this one. The BaseCamp is a very versatile vehicle, and it goes. Simple as that. In the number 2 spot is the Axio SCX Pro. Now, the beauty of this is the selectable underdrive to the rear. You got normal 1-to-1 for trail driving. Say you're on a course, you're getting around, you don't want the drag of the underdrive bothering you, so shift that thing into 1-to-1. Now, when you get into the nasty tight, shift it back into 40% underdrive. Dudes, this thing turns on a dime. Absolute top level performer. Center of gravity is beyond reason. I mean, it is awesome right out of the box. Build it and drive it. Thing is awesome. I mean, Axial Pro, yeah, you can win any comp with this thing. And in the number 1 spot is the Vanquished VRD. Now, I'm telling you, this right here was kind of a shocker. Had no idea this thing was coming out. Got it as soon as I could, and it is phenomenal. I'm telling you guys, this thing right here, it's taller than the Pro. It has all these things that are like, oh man, it's going to fall over. But it doesn't, okay? Now, I do have the big brass up front, the brass in the back, which is all part of your tuning. Don't over brass your vehicles. Use just enough to tune it where you want it to be. This thing is super stable. Portals or no portals, because portals do have a tendency to raise the center of gravity, but the way the portal covers are and the way they've got the brass, it makes up for that nowadays. So the VRD is in the top number 1 spot. It comes with 37% overdrive right out of the box. This thing right here fits the Fusion Pro. Yeah, this thing, it's just awesome. It really is. And now it's time for the bashers. Now, first up is the Traxxas Max, 110 Max. This thing is pretty much 1/8 scale, but they got the sledge for that. Traxxas Max. This thing right here, dude, I have a beat on this thing multiple times. Granted, I've got Vidavon parts all around this thing. Hubs, knuckles, bulkheads, front, back, all that stuff. But dudes, the Traxxas Max is amazingly tough. Right out of the box. Buy the thing and go drive it. You're not driving the wheels off of it, that's for sure. You can pop the tires, but that's if you diff out. But Traxxas Max, phenomenal. Up next is the XRT. Now, these two vehicles, the Max and the XRT, although they're not new, the XRT is still, it's like a race Xmax. It is awesome. And I've seen guys talk about they take their XRTs out, like set them on the table and the bulkhead breaks in half. I'm not buying it. I have sent this thing crazy high. I've crashed it every which way. It does not have Vidavon bulkheads, front, rear, any of that stuff, and it holds up perfectly fine. This thing right here is a tank. the XRT. Hey, it's the best 8S race truck on the market, in my opinion. And here we have the XMax. Not much needs to be said. I mean, this is probably one of the toughest trucks on the planet, the toughest big trucks on the planet. Like this particular one here, this is one I like to go high with. It's got the short arms, better for jumping high. Now I have another one with the wide arms, the wide kit and all that, but just like the XRT, this right here started it. This thing is awesome. Mods are unlimited. XMax, awesome. And in the number 2 spot, I realize this is a little bit of a shocker for you guys, but I'm telling you, the Redcat Machete. The Redcat Machete. This thing right here is a performance beast. Everything on it is as low as you can get it. I mean, it's like really low. It's like a 1/7 scale. This thing right here is awesome. I'm telling you, it handles good. I've yet to open the diffs up to thicken the oil. It does have kind of loose diffs on it, but the thing runs great. And my number 1 pick for Basher of the Year 2023, the Arma Gorgon. This little dude right here has a bomb-proof transmission. You put brushless in it. In stock form, it's a little bit weak, yeah, but man, you put brushless in this thing and it loves it. It does so good. The tires have no foams in them, but they don't need the foams. This thing right here, it's low cost, easy to get, easy to drive, doesn't require much mods at all. I mean, brushless, I mean, yeah, but the body is a little bit weak on it. I've actually had to glue the body back on the back, but I beat the snot out of this thing. Nothing's broke. I haven't broke an axle, haven't spun a hex, nothing. This thing is absolutely awesome and it's my number 1 pick for new releases on the monster truck. Now, there's one more item, one more vehicle I want to share with you guys, and this is the most incredible release of the year. And that will be the LOI Dirt Bike. This thing right here, when they released it, it was like, oh my God, I got to get on this. They underestimated the numbers that were wanted of this thing. Completely new. They got the gyro system, the flywheel, they got everything like perfect in this. They spent a lot of time to make this thing just get out there and drive. Now, if you're in the sand, it doesn't like to upright very well, but like in grass or pavement, dude, this thing right here is awesome. The wheelie mode, the gyro, all that stuff. I even took that radio and put it in the Gorgon right here. So absolutely amazing job by LOI. And as I understand, this took them a couple years to get right. So absolutely awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes off of this platform. I got a feeling a whole lot of things are on the way. Another incredible release this year was the Redcat hauler, the COE hauler. We've seen nothing like this ever. It's like a pro scale. It's not a 1/10, it's not a 1/8. It's just kind of its own thing. Amazing. You can put the servos in it for active suspension. This right here is absolutely amazing. And I have zero desire to modify it further. I've got the lights to put on, stuff like that, but that's it. This is an absolute beauty queen. Well guys, some of my picks were pretty obvious. I've been talking about the Gorgon quite a bit as my top pick of the year, and it absolutely is. I'm excited for what 2024 brings. I got a feeling some of these platforms that you have seen thus far on this channel and other channels from different manufacturers, they're going to expand on those platforms. And in some ways, they're not going to expand the way you think. But just stay tuned. I'm going to get my hands on as much stuff as I can for the next year, 2024. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, end of the year. And I hope 2024 comes in and we just knock it out of the park. Guys, have a great day. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.